to that, I want to speak on this black woman who claims she is of black conscience, but she expresses herself by looking like and mimicking pink women. How are you going to come to me and tell me how black you are or African you are with a blonde wig on your head? Oh, I'm a black. Now, when you talk to this sister, she talks beautiful African words, you know, in an African type way, Afrocentric, however y'all want to say it. But as we all know, Afro, African, Afrocentric, black, Negro, color, all that comes up out of pink supremacy, formerly known as white supremacy. I'm not going to say white anymore. I'm going to say Caucasian, or I'm going to say pink. Because white in the English language means holy, means pure, means clean, means unadulterated. And we know that these people that we call white people are not clean, they are not holy, they are not righteous. So I'm not going to give them that privilege, that honor of being called white. No, you are pink or you are Caucasian, and for the purpose of this video, we're going to call you pink. But it is done in a respectful manner because you are not white. You are pink. Or if there's some other type of word that you would like, you also go by Caucasian. But pink is not disrespectful because a lot of y'all look pink, red looking type folks. Pinkish. The Native American people called you pale face. But you definitely are not white. I'm not going to give you that one. No, no, no. Not here. So you might as well flag the video because I'm not going to do that. And like I say, black and African, Afrocentric, all that stuff comes up out of pink supremacy. So brothers and sisters, we are not that. But because we are so divided, we don't know what we are. So until the time arrives where we as a people who have finally matured, and you can come together and come up with a description of who we are today. You are not a Kemet. Those people don't exist no more. You are not a Moor. They don't exist no more. You're not a Hebrew Israelite. You never met them before. You and I, we are brand new people, raised and born in America, and you should be proud of who you are. You don't have to live off somebody else's accomplishments in order to feel good about yourself. That's because you really don't know your history. You really don't know who you are. And maybe if you stop tripping and accomplish some things in 2012, you'll stop tripping on what some Egyptians did or what the Moors did, and then you'll be proud of what you did. But since you're not doing anything, you're not accomplishing anything, then you got to brag about what somebody else did 1,000 years ago, and you're out tripping. But then, like I said, you don't even really know your own history right here in America because it is so worthy of being proud. But like I say, this particular woman wants me to treat her and view her as a black woman. We're going to just use that description. But she has a white woman wig on her head, and she looks like a, with all due respect, you look like a clown with all that makeup on, looking like a white woman. I'm just being myself, she said. How are you being yourself looking like a white woman? A dark-skinned white woman. That's what you look like. And if a white woman puts stuff in her lips, gets a tan, and put an afro on her head or whatever, they would say she's trying to look like a black woman. It is the same, except vice versa. So how can you tell me that you are this black woman? Now you talk Afrocentric. You talk like you know or trying to learn your ancestors' past history, but at the same time, you said, I am who I am, wearing a white woman's, the blonde weave on your head, and the pink makeup on your lips, and all that, looking like a pink woman. How can you expect me to acknowledge you as that? I see you as somebody that is still sick. Now, check this out. I'm expressing myself. I am who I am. Okay, you are who you are. But if you notice, all these black women that claim, oh, I'm just being who I am. Why do you choose the Caucasian or the pink woman to look like with the blonde hair and acting and behaving like the blonde, like the pink woman? You never see these black women try to act Chinese. You never see them try to act like a Native American woman or Indian woman or Asian woman from the Philippines or anything. It's always a Caucasian person. You know why? Because your mind has become Europeanized. Because the reality is, even though you might holler black power, you might talk about black this and black that, you really are nothing but a dark-skinned pink person. And that's what you express yourself. And they don't like somebody to tell them that. I am who I am. No, you are still a good slave. Yes, you are who you are, a good slave. So you need to go somewhere else where somebody else will entertain your foolishness, because that's not going to happen here. If you're going to be a black person, if you want to try to be or try to learn who you are, we know that's not who you are. You're not trying to be somebody that live in Nigeria or come out of the Sudan or Kenya or some African nation. You're trying to be white. Come on now. Get out of here with that madness to me. Take that on somewhere else. Unsubscribe. Get off my page with that foolishness. Looking so stupid. Black as hell with blonde hair. And I want to say this to you. Black people produce all the colors of the rainbow. You might not know it or not, but there are black people who have naturally blonde hair, natural thin lips, natural thin noses. Whatever trait you see in other so-called races of people, you will find it in black folks somewhere. But you're not trying to be like them. In fact, you don't know nothing about them. You're trying to be like those who conquered your ancestors, because they turn you Christian. They turn you into a dark-skinned version of them. And that's the reality of it. That's the truth of it. But y'all can't handle the truth. You don't like the truth. Y'all like looking crazy and stupid. It's just like if a cat was raised by dogs, and being a dog is all the cat knows. So the dogs start barking. Woof, woof, woof. And here's this cat. Wow, wow. The cat is doing all it can to bark like a dog, but it's a cat. It's acting and behaving like dogs, because dog is all that it knew. It was raised by dogs. So here you are, even though you talk about black power, black conscience, you have no choice, and we have no choice but to express ourselves as pink people. And that's what this person is demonstrating, that they have a Europeanized mind. They're making no real attempt to try to be or try to find who they are. And I understand why that's messed up, because it is too much confusion. We as a people have not come together in order to decide exactly who and what we are. If we want to be Moors, let's be Moors. If we want to be Hebrew Israelites, let us be Hebrew Israelites. But or if we want to be Muslims, let us be Muslims. But whatever we decide we want to be, let us be that. It's too much confusion. So this sister is part of the confusion. And one thing for sure, she's not a Hebrew Israelite. She's not of the black Muslims. She's not a black Moor. She's not none. She's a white woman with dark skin. That's the bottom line with that. Moving on. I was watching one of my favorite little cartoons called Family Guy. When I was a younger person, I wanted to be a cartoon artist. I've always liked superheroes. I've always liked animation cartoons. And I like, and I rather enjoy this cartoon called Family Guy. And see, the thing about Family Guy is that they make you laugh, and they do certain things and tell different stories, and they talk about certain topics on Family Guy, and they try to make it funny, but they know what's, those people, the writers of Family Guy, know the reality, and they know what's happening. And see, when it comes to telling the truth, I don't care where that truth comes from. It can come from somebody with a black face. It can come from somebody with a pink face or a brown face. It makes no difference. I love hearing the truth. But see, most times when you do it, when you tell the truth in a comedy type way, it either flies over people's head or they don't take you serious. Now, in this particular episode of Family Guy, I believe it was Peter, Quagmire, and that the guy that runs that Jewish pharmacy. The Jewish pharmacy, what's the name of that guy? I forgot what his name was. Anyway, he runs that Jewish pharmacy on Family Guy. The Jewish pharmacy was not doing good, and Peter and Quagmire, along with what is that guy's name? Anyway, they tried to increase the sales of the pharmacy. Nothing would work. So they came up with a plan to torch it, commit arson. And then, of course, a very close friend of theirs was Joe. Joe is the police officer. And Joe found out, due to his instincts and detective work, that they torched this pharmacy. So, Peter and Quagmire and